Hello there, and in this video I want to quickly go over how I created two complete games in Godot Mobile completely using my PC for my Udemy course that you can find right now. So basically I created two games, a 2D point and click and a 2D shooter. So we'll quickly go over what they are exactly. So in this case, we control this kind of alien, okay, that as you can see it also has some animations when it is moving as well as these different enemies. And basically, well, the player moves where the player is pressing, and then basically the main idea is that the player collects the coins while avoiding colliding with these enemies, okay, and that's basically all that happens, okay. And there are also like random enemies, okay, with different animations. So we have this one, we have this kind of parrots or something like that. So I don't know what exactly that is, neither this, but well, that is the main idea of the first game. And then the second one is a 2D shooter, okay. So I wanted to actually teach how to quickly add this joystick, because adding a joystick can be quite difficult because it does require some logic and more complex logic. So I went ahead and just used an add-on. And well, this is the game. Basically the player shoots at the different rocks, okay, which move towards the player, and there's also like a small effect they are instantiated. So as you can see, judging by the cursor itself and also by the preview lessons that you get over here, everything is completely created in the phone, okay. You can see there the keyboard appearing. You can also see this white circle that is basically where I am currently touching. Well, the process was quite daunting because, for example, here I had the player with the collision shape, and for example over here I wanted to resize this, so I had to zoom in with my fingers, also using here the zoom tool. I had to resize the sprite, okay, using the scale. So it was indeed quite daunting. So for example here I was adding a circle shape instead of a rectangle shape, which would be the actual shape to use a rectangle instead of a circle. But because using a circle was much easier, because you just had to drag one dot instead of like 8 or 9 dots that rectangle has, I went ahead and added a circle shape, okay. So there throughout the course you can see like all the things that are complicated to do in a mobile, but than in a PC would be much easier to do. But it was also like quite a good experiment. Well, not only did I create those two games, but also the first idea was to create 3 games, those 2D and this one that is a 3D game. I was actually going quite fine the development, but I found out that then it would take much more time to actually create the project that I wanted to. But anyway, I wanted to show you this as a showcase, at least right now, because then maybe I end up creating like a full course with this game, or I even teach this game for free on YouTube. I don't really know yet. But well, I was able to import some 3D models from Kenny to set them up. For example, here is the player scene with the rigid body, the model, the collision. Here, setting up these 3D collisions were a huge mess, because I know you can go to the vehicle, make it local, and create a collision shape from that mesh. That's actually what I did with this. Well, with this one not, but with this curve I did that. But well, you know, it is just super difficult to do everything, to drag and drop and to create the levels actually here. But something cool is that the move tool, and here the movement doesn't work as bad, because for example here I could instantiate this curved road piece, okay, and using the snapping, okay, I can turn on snapping, and this is a huge tool, okay, because super easily I should be able to position this. If this was also in a position that would be fine, okay, right there, and you can see both pieces having snapped perfectly, okay. And actually I think that if I play the game I should be able to see something, but right now there are no player controls or anything like that. Well, I was actually trying to add an accelerate button or something like that, but well, I didn't get to that point yet. But you know, it wasn't that bad. It was actually quite amazing, the fact that my mobile phone is like super low end, okay, it doesn't have amazing stuff or anything. I was in the middle of creating some kind of accelerate button, but as you can see, there's still like a lot of work to do in the collisions and in everything. But basically I leave it at the middle, because creating a 3D game is much more daunting in mobile. It does take much more time. So basically the course would end up lasting like maybe 4 hours and a half, 5 hours and a half, and I didn't want to create that kind of long course. at least for a first course. I first wanted to try out if people would buy the course, and if lots of people like start buying the course and it goes crazy and lots of people ask me to create a 3D game, then I would create another course teaching how to create something completely from your mobile. Because, well, indeed the course is completely recorded in the mobile phone, okay? I could create it directly on my PC, but it doesn't make any sense because while you are creating a mobile, you are dealing with lots of things that are super different. I know if you want to duplicate this camera node, okay, you have to hold down exactly, okay, in the camera icon, because if I hold down here, it is renamed. But if I hold down over here, I get these options. And if I hold down, if I stop pressing in rename, it is going to rename. But if I hold down in the bar, I can now move this bar, and now I can delete this node if I wanted to. So there are lots of things that you have to take into account and to teach in a course for students to actually be able to follow along. So it really takes like much more time. So that's why also recording it in a PC wouldn't make any sense. But well, I would say that the experience overall has been quite amazing, because is there actually any other engine that allows you to even set up a 3D environment with code and with 3D models imported, that actually these models are meant to be used in a PC game or anything like that, or something like that, sorry? I don't think so. And also the process could have been even worse, I believe. So Godot Mobile did crash sometimes suddenly, like I was coding and plum, it closed. Or even with the whole project that I had like this, suddenly it stopped receiving input. So if I wanted to press in 2D, 3D in the script, if I wanted to press here, it wasn't detecting inputs. I don't know why. So I basically tried a dozen solutions. Okay, I looked for the internet and there wasn't any kind of solution. And I basically ended up creating a brand new project, importing everything there. And there it actually worked. But well, it was a huge mess and I lost a lot of time. But well, the main idea was to try to teach people who don't have access to a PC to actually be able to code some stuff. And then hopefully if they do have the budget to buy at least a super low-end PC, well then to start coding things over there. And also because I wanted to show people that if you are really feeling like it, you can do it, okay? So well, that is all for this video. And if you once again want to check out the course, it is going to be in the description down below, okay? So see you in the next one, and bye bye.